Welcome back to another episode of Carson's Aquatics. Today is a very exciting day, and that's because today we're getting a fish I've wanted for a very long time. It's one of the coolest fish in the aquarium hobby that you can get. A ton of other YouTubers have this fish, so you guys have probably heard of it. We are talking about the silver arowana. I've seen a handful of these fish available at my local stores over the past few years, but it's never really been the right time for me to pull the trigger on one of these. But if you guys watched the last video, you saw us set up this 75-gallon tank. There is nothing in here right now other than guppies. So like I did mention in that last video, this is going to make a perfect quarantine tank for our new arowana. Then after about 10 to 14 days in this quarantine tank, he will be ready to go in our 125 with our small to mid-size American cichlids, as you can see here. We also have a clown knifefish in this tank, as you can see right here. And the American cichlids do not mess with that guy at all. So I'm definitely confident the arowana can live in here. And here's where we're at. So basically 2 days ago, I called a local fish store. I was actually asking if they had any peacock bass. They didn't, but what they do have is two different silver arowanas. One of them's a little bit smaller, maybe like 7 to 8 inches, and then the bigger one is maybe like 10 or 11 inches, they said. I don't know which one of these I'm getting. I'm gonna go to the store, take a look at them in person, and then make my decision. I personally think it would be cooler to get the smaller one and watch him grow up, so that's probably what we're gonna end up doing, but I guess we'll see when we get there. So now that you're all caught up, we are going to hop in the truck, head on over to the fish store, and take a look at our new arowana. Alrighty guys, well we made it back from the store, and right here we've got our new silver arowana. Take a look at that guy in the bag. I did get the smaller one. I don't know if you guys saw in that footage. The bigger of the two actually was put on hold earlier today, but hey, it works out. This is the one I wanted anyway. And they both actually had some really cool like orange colors on their fin. You can kind of get a look at it there. So I'm really hoping that comes in a little more when he grows up. But now we are going to let this guy start acclimating to his new tank. Once again, he is going to be quarantining in this 75 for a week or two, but check out that fish. He's honestly like the perfect size too. I didn't want him to be too big to the point where he would mess with the other fish in there. So I think he's gonna fit right in with them. But yeah, we're gonna let him acclimate for like 20-25 minutes. I'm also gonna add some tank water into his bag. And then I am also going to put something on this back area so that this guy can't jump out. These arowanas are known for being jumpers, and we definitely would not want that happening. So I'm gonna get all that handled. We're gonna let this guy acclimate to his quarantine tank, and I'll see you guys when he's ready to go in. Alrighty guys, so it has been 20 minutes. Our new arowana has been acclimated to this 75-gallon tank. So we are gonna go ahead and add him to this tank. I'm just gonna grab him by hand. I don't wanna mess with a net. So I've got him in my hand, and into the tank he goes. Man, look at him swim, dude. See, now I get what all the hype is about. This thing is sick. And look at him from above, like how he slithers through the water. Definitely one of the most unique fish you can get, and I am just stoked to have one. Look at that orange I was talking about. He's got some like by his ear right there. Then he's also got orange on his tail. I think he's definitely gonna look awesome when he matures. So now, as we always do, I'm going to turn off all the lights in this room, make this guy a little bit more comfortable in his new tank. We'll give him the night to get used to it, and we'll check in with him in the morning. So with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the morning. Alrighty guys, well it has now been 10 days since we got this arowana, and as you can see right up there, he is just doing great. He's been eating every day, and we're actually gonna go ahead and feed him now. He doesn't seem to like pellets just yet. He's only been eating flakes and frozen bloodworms and brine shrimp, so we just dropped in some flakes and you can see him munching there. But today we are actually going to be moving this arowana into his new 125-gallon tank. Again, we were just quarantining this fish in the 75, but now we know he's healthy and ready to go. So now we are gonna go ahead and catch the arowana out of the 75-gallon tank. Come here, buddy. Oh. And got him. Oh,
no, you didn't.
Now we got him. So now I'm gonna leave him in the net real quick and come over to the 125 and drop in some food for these guys, just so they're distracted and they don't go after our new arowana. So, all right, they look busy over there. So now we've got our arowana, and into the tank he goes. And check that out. He looks so cool in this tank. He looks tiny in here. I mean, look at him compared to the rest of the tank. He's definitely gonna be able to live in here for a while. And no one's even looking at him so far. I guess our whole food trick worked. There he is, just cruising along the top. We aren't gonna see him eat, are we? Nope, he's just exploring a little bit. But before he does too much exploring, I'm actually gonna turn off the light in this tank. When you're adding a new fish to an already established cichlid tank like this, one of the best things you can do is just leave the light off so that the more aggressive fish can't really see the new fish. I'm gonna be leaving this light off for at least a week. Of course, I'll turn it on every once in a while to check on them. So we'll check up on that arowana in the morning. But there is one more thing to do tonight, and it's actually a bit of a surprise to you guys. Pluto, our flower horn, is actually over here in the new fish room. I haven't even told you guys yet. He was the last fish standing in the old fish room. room, and I wanted to have him over here already, so I did throw him in this 25 gallon. But now that the Arowana is gone, we are going to be putting Pluto in this 75 gallon, and he'll be staying in there until we can get his 55 gallon setup over here along this wall. That should be done in no more than a week. So then after we get Pluto out of the 75, we can add our real fish that are going to be living in here permanently, being the convict cichlids, the electric blue acara. The Buenos Aires tetras will also be going in the 75. You guys will see all that eventually, but right now we are going to move Pluto into his new 75 gallon tank. All right, so we've got our net. I don't want to have to get this decoration out of here, but we might have to. Come on, bud. Got him. Ooh. Right on over to the 75. And there he goes. Obviously a lot more room in this tank. He's chilling back there behind the plant. There he is right back there. Look at those colors. He is a beautiful fish, and he doesn't seem too stressed. He's just taking a look around back there. And we are also going to turn off the light in his tank. We're going to give both of these fish the night to get comfortable in their new tanks. Then we'll be right back down here in the morning to check on them. And with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright guys, it is the next day, and let me go ahead and show you guys the new Arowana. He is right up there cruising through the back of the tank. Oh, he's coming into the light here. You can get a real good look at him. If the electric blue would stop blocking me. Check that guy out. Look at the orange along his gills. It's definitely one of my favorite parts about this fish. Big old red head right up here. But yeah, I mean, he seems to be doing great in this tank so far. I've been down here pretty much all day. I actually just set up this little 10-gallon plant grow-out tank down here. But I've been keeping a real close eye on him, and everyone just seems to be minding their own business, which is just great. But now coming over here to check in on Pluto. This guy's also doing great in his new tank. I mean, you can see him right there. His colors are popping. We really lucked out with this guy. I got him as a baby. He didn't really have many colors, but he has definitely grown into a beautiful fish. But now we are gonna go ahead and feed the 125-gallon tank. We're gonna see if the Arowana wants to eat in this new tank. So we're gonna drop in all the food right here and watch everyone munch away as the Arowana. Oh, he just got a pellet, I think. I'm pretty sure I just saw him snap at a pellet, which I have not seen. Oh yeah, it's in his mouth right now. Look at that. He's got like 3 pellets in his mouth. What is he doing? He is not messing around. Everyone else is munching too. But I'm definitely happy to see that Arowana eating pellets now. He's definitely gonna start gaining a lot more size now that he's eating pellets. But then as for Pluto, you guys already know he's gonna eat in this tank. I actually fed him this morning. He hopped right on the pellets. We'll drop in a few for him. But that pretty much is gonna wrap up this video. Obviously, I am super excited to have this new Arowana. I hope you guys are too, and he is gonna need a name, so drop your name suggestions down in the comments. But other than that, today's comment of the day goes out to. And if you want your comment to be the comment of the day in the next video, all you gotta do is drop a comment down below, and that could happen. And if you liked this video, be sure to hit that like button, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, turn on post notifications, and I'm gonna see you in the next video.